Hello all, welcome to a new session on the Longer Ray5, in my case the 10 watt laser. I noticed on the Longer website that there was a update for firmware. I have currently 1.24 I think it is, and there's a version 2.2, so we're going to get that loaded on today. Bit cold in the garage here today, 14 degrees C, so that's why I'm all snuggled up in a fleece. And we're going to get that loaded, and hopefully it will give us a slightly better user experience on the TFT screen. I don't expect there to be anything major on actually using the laser. I don't think it's going to make the laser any better than it is. It's obviously a good laser, especially a 5 or 10 watt. The beam size is so small, it engraves really well and cuts really well. The power density is dense because the smaller the beam size, the more energy is being put into that. I call it a spot, but as you know, our laser diodes aren't always square, they're rectangular in size. So you may find that when you're cutting left to right, you can burn through better than when you're going up and down because of the rectangular beam. Anyway, I digress slightly. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to get the firmware loaded, going to show you what tools I use to load the firmware. I'll link those down below so you can find them easily. It will take you to directly, I'd imagine, to the Longer Ray website to get the firmware on the laser. And for flashing, it will be the MK laser flashing tool to actually allow you to flash it onto laser. Anyway, let's show you the process, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we might even, I hadn't thought about that, we might even be able to connect Lightburn directly to the laser through Wi-Fi, but I'm not holding my breath on that one. I don't think it's going to allow us, but possibly, who knows. Anyway, join me in the video and see how I get on.
So the first thing we need to do is download the new firmware. So we go to support, downloads, 10 watts, that's what I'm using, firmware, and press the little download button. Just wait for that to download. Open the file. So you see I've done it a few times. I'm going to right click, unzip it, extract here, and it's here. Let's have a look what we've got inside. So we've got a file that you can open and print off if you need to tell you how to do it. And this is the firmware file that we're actually going to be loading onto our 10 watt laser. So next thing you need to do is download the firmware tool, and I'll put a link for that in the description below. So I need to now go back to downloads, here, tools, and install. I'm on a Windows machine, so I'm going to click this one. I'm going to say run. You'll get this warning, so just click info because it's not a Windows signed piece of software. Install it. Yes, yes. Okay. Close all this out. You'll get an icon on the screen here. So if you get this error, don't worry, we just need to run the piece of software as administrator. So if we go there, right click, run as administrator. Yes, we really want to change. Okay, so we're here now. So we are going to click the top button. That's what we want to do, download tool. Going to select the file we want to load. Yeah, so I'm going to select that one and just make sure you have the settings on the right. 80 megahertz, 8 megabyte flash, whatever COM port you're connecting to, and then 115200. Just let it flash. Okay, finished. That's good. So I'm going to turn off.
So I've manually honed my laser so to the bottom left hand corners because I do not have limit switches, and I've just updated the firmware to 2.2, so let's see what we get. Well, that all sounds good so far. Boot screen, which is encouraging. Ah, that's different. Okay, that's nice. Now I'm used to using the CNC router, so mechanical coordinates and working coordinates, that's good. What this is telling you is mechanical coordinates is like absolute coordinates in Lightburn. These, as we've turned on the laser with the laser head in the bottom corner at 0, 0, these values should always reference themselves from 0, 0. Working coordinates, when we get onto that stage of the video, is that if you jog your laser to 50, 50, and then you home it there, that should then go to 0, 0, because that is your working coordinates, and then this mechanical coordinates should stay at 50, 50, because that is the mechanical, that is the absolute setting of where the laser head is. So first thing I want to do is let's get connected to Wi-Fi. So last time it was in tools. Ah, that's new, languages. Let's start deviate into languages. Spanish, Dutch, Portuguese, English and Chinese. So I can just go back because I'm going to keep English. And it's now telling me, because I've flashed different firmware, the board physically hasn't changed, because I'll put on the screen what board I've got in there. This is, I think, the standard board, the longer use. It was a, I'll put it on the screen, I don't actually remember, a LTG 1.1 or something. So it's telling me it's now using a different board type. The firmware is now 2.2. and that's the frequency of the chip. Now we've got a beep button, so you can turn the beep off if you don't like that. But Wi-Fi, let's get it connected to Wi-Fi. Okay, so it's listed my Wi-Fi settings here. You can scan for more, so that's bringing up more. Ah, this is different. Okay, this is much more user-friendly. The keys are much bigger, and I wonder whether the special characters have increased, because that what's stopped in this SSID. I believe in my passwords I had a special character that I couldn't use last time, so I'm hoping now that it's got the special character I'm going to use. So that's going to give you numbers. These are the special characters. Ah, I think that was the one that was missing, the ampersand symbol. So I'm going to plug in my password off camera, and I'll see whether I can connect to that Wi-Fi, and I'll come back. Okay, that's connected, and it's actually given me a different IP address. So if you saw my video about making a static IP address, I'm going to have to alter that to make my link work on my PC. So that's connected to that, so I'm just going to go back. Okay, so let's see what we've got in Engrave. So the layout of selecting your files is the same, with the scrolling numbers. Control. Okay, this is different. So we can still move it in 10mm, 0.1mm, 1mm, 10mm, high, low. I think medium speed is new. It only had high and low before. Then laser. This is new. So last time we had 0 and 3%. Now we've got 0.55, 25, 50 and 100. So be very, very careful. I'm assuming as soon as you turn that on, let me just put a piece of cardboard or something under the laser, because I don't want it burning directly onto
the aluminium spoil board. I'm going to put my glasses on. Wasn't really prepared for this. I'm assuming as soon as we touch the button it's going to come on, so I'm repositioning myself. I'm going to try 5%, sorry, 0.5. I don't see that with my glasses on. I'm going to try 5%, I should see that. Yes, so that's come on straight away. So if you put on anything higher than that, that could be quite dangerous, because, you know, if you go 25%, that's going to start doing some damage to whatever material there. I've got a bit of cardboard there at the moment. Let's just do 25% and see whether it burns. If I press that again, does it go off? Because I want to make sure. No, you've got to press 0. So let's go 25%, and I'm thinking that's going to be burning. Didn't do much. Let's try 50%. I think I can smell burning. No, not really much. Let's try 100%. Okay. I've got a feeling that that is not saying you're going to get 100% of your 10-watt laser. If I do that again, because I would be very disappointed. Let's do that 100 again. That is cardboard, so it has marked the cardboard, but it hasn't gone all the way through, so I'm not sure whether that is 100% of 10 watts. That must be 100% of a lower value, otherwise that would be quite a dangerous feature to have. Accidentally pressing 100% and you get 10 watts of burning power, or 20 watts depending what your laser is. Anyway, that's cool. Now the unlock feature, because as soon as the stepper motors are not moving, it's unlocked the laser, because I can move the gantry and the head by hand. So if you press that, it's not going to lock, I don't think. Unlock successful. So no, that's a feature that is not really, I don't think, being used with our laser. It's got a cooling option. I'm not sure whether what that's going to do. That's probably a, let's try that. I don't know what the cooling option's doing. No idea. Okay, right, I'm going to demonstrate position then. So let's go back. We can do it on this screen. So if we jog, we're on 10 mil, let's go high speed, make sure there's nothing in the way under the bed. If we go, as I said, 50, so that's 5 clicks, and then 5 clicks. Now go back a screen. They're both on 50-50 because we started the laser and we turned on at 0. Let's go back to control. Now let's just imagine we've jogged the laser to 50-50 because that's where we want to start engraving a tile. Gonna press position, position success, and you can see our position has gone back to 0. Let's go back a screen now. Yeah, so our working coordinate is 0, 0, but our mechanical position is 50-50 because the laser, know it started at 0, 0, now it's 50-50. So that's quite good, could help some people. Hopefully when you're jogging around to a position, you can work out whether your laser head will go out of bounds. So there, yeah, I like that. Right, homing. I'm assuming this is going to be homing back to 0, 0 when you haven't got limit switches, so let's hope my laser head does not crash into 00 and try to keep going, because I haven't got limit switches. I'm assuming H home is if you've got limit switches. I'm assuming that one. We'll test that in a second. Right, so that's saying it's successful, because yes, that would be right. So because I homed here, although I'm 50-50 away, I can't. Well, no, we'll try. If it crashes into the side, although it shouldn't. So let's go back to control. If we just jog it another 20, and now home, it should go back to 00, which is 50-50 mechanical. Yes, okay, so that's that. So now I'm going to do home. Now let's see whether that goes to mechanical 0 or whether this is for limit switches. I'm going to get ready to turn the power off in case my motors start grinding. Hard homing. Yes, okay. So hard homing, as you just heard, I hope you heard, that is if you've got limit switches. So I'm just rebooting. So control, they're both at 0 now, and we've done homing, that's jogging. Homing is if you've got limit switches. Homing here, if we now jog, if we jog away there, because our working coordinates at the moment is referenced to 00 still, if we home now, it will home to 00 and not grind the motors, he says, hopefully. Yes, so there you go. Cooling, so I'm not sure what that's doing. Done laser, let's go back. So that's it. We've done tools, yes. We've done that, homing, done that. So yeah, just a nicer interface to use. Engraving, yeah, so everything's done. Okay, so I've connected my laptop to the same Wi-Fi network. Light burn is on, and it does not connect directly to the laser through Wi-Fi. Let me check it connects through the serial lead. Okay, it says it's connected now through COM3. Let's try moving. Yes. So now let's see if this is registered. Yes, so that's working there. So we can now control, we can home this one. That's all good. So light burn's connected, which is a relief, and that's it for the update on the firmware. So I assume burning, everything's going to be the same. Let's just see in the console. So I've just opened the console window, and if you don't know how to do that, if you haven't got console as a window, you go to Windows, click on console, and the console windows appear, and I'm just checking that they all look normal. 6,000 fastest, 500, and the most important one is $30. Yes, so I'm going to, so hopefully you found that of use. So that is the new firmware 2.2, just a slightly better interface. I believe more special characters when logging into your Wi-Fi, and you've now got mechanical settings on the home screen, which may help some people, especially if you're used to 3D printing and CNC on a large scale. That's Andy as ever, wishing you a good afternoon and continue to make some happy smoke.
Thanks for making it to the end of my videos. If I've earned your respect and your trust, perhaps you would consider subscribing to my channel. It really does make a massive difference. And maybe you would like to watch some of the videos popping up on the screen now. Let me know what you think. Cheers for now.